Hey guys, it's Lydia and I'm here today to share with you my July menu plan. And yes, we're already a little bit into July, but my daughter's birthday is coming up on Sunday, and so we've been trying to get ready for that, and it's been super hot here this week, so I've just not gotten to filming this. I actually tried this month for the first time to make out a list for the whole month. Pennies into Pearls, I watched one of her menu plans and she said that she figures for a month she needs to plan 22 meals. Now she plans hers out like this day we're having this and this day we're having this. If you've watched my videos in the past, I don't do well like that. I like to just make a list and see what we have, and then I can sit down like the night before and say, tomorrow I think I want to have this for supper, and make sure that I have everything for that. That's just what works for me. I do can and freeze, so I have like in my freezer I have some frozen corn, I have frozen squash, and then I can like peaches and pears and applesauce. So I always have something on hand that I can fill in the extras if I don't have fresh produce on hand. So that might be a little different from some of you, and my meals might not look like what you get at a restaurant, like totally put together and totally flow, but it works for us. And I'm gonna go through my menu plan. I'm gonna kind of talk through what I have already in my freezer, and then at the end I'm gonna link down below my grocery shopping trip for this month. I couldn't figure out on YouTube how to get the two together, and I don't have an editing program on my computer, so that's what we're gonna do today. But I'll just stick this up here that you can kind of look at how I did this, and I'll go through these one by one. My first is meatballs. I bought this for a church potluck and realized we weren't having a church potluck, so this will go to a family get together. They were cheap at Kroger, and I'm just gonna throw barbecue sauce in a crock pot and be done. Hamburgers, we buy our beef in bulk, so we have a hamburger in our freezer, and so I will make that. I actually bought some Hawaiian sweet buns that you'll see in the grocery haul, and then we'll just use whatever toppings that we have on hand for that. Roast, I put that on there, and then I realized that I do not have a roast in my freezer. I did find a cube steak and I made that, and we didn't have leftovers. This next one is the one skillet meal that I was gonna use the leftovers for, so I'll have to pull out something from my freezer to use. It was a freebie I got at Kroger, and I will just add some meat in, and it needs onion and green pepper to go with it. And I have those in my fridge right now, so that's maybe something I need to plan on doing here soon. Smoked sausage and veggies. I got some smoked sausage at Kroger a few weeks ago, and I just like to chop that up during the winter. I will roast that in the oven. During the summer, I throw it on the grill in just a jelly roll pan. And some veggies, I like to do broccoli and sweet potatoes. So I have sweet potatoes on hand, I have broccoli in the freezer, and it's a great way, just whatever veggies maybe you need to use up, to pull out of your freezer. I have fish. I got some fish a few weeks ago at Kroger as well with a digital coupon, so I will pull that out at some point this month to have. Some Alfredo. I have some noodles that I got free at Menards, and then you'll see I bought some Alfredo sauce at Aldi, so that'll be a quick and easy meal. BLTs, I bought some lettuce and tomatoes in my grocery haul, and I have bacon in the freezer. There is a man at our church that is a big hog farmer, and at Christmas he will open up that people can buy pork from him, and so I bought some stuff then, and that is in my freezer. A ham, this is actually what I'm going to make for my daughter's birthday party. After Christmas, I bought a bunch of, I think I bought 5 hams at Aldi. They were $5 off a ham, so a ham was like $5. So that is going to be for my daughter's birthday party, and I probably won't have a whole lot of leftovers. But typically I like making it and then having the leftovers around. We're going to have grilled chicken tacos. We're actually going to have that tonight for supper. I got some grilled chicken on clearance at Aldi, and I got some taco sauce free at Kroger. So we're going to have that together and just use the toppings that we have on hand for that too. Fried rice. That'll kind of be when I decide to have that, what we have on hand, if we'll throw in ham. I have some chicken in the freezer from making whole chickens in the past and freezing the rest. We'll throw some meat in there. I have mixed veggies in the freezer, and I always buy, we use jasmine rice, and I buy a big bag in bulk because it doesn't really go bad for the amount of time that we take to use it. My husband requested chicken pot pie, so we'll make that at some point and come up with something. And I have chicken in the freezer for that and mixed veggies. And then stroganoff, I am cheap and just make beef stroganoff with hamburger. It works for us. We're not super picky. And I have that in the freezer. And then we have some noodles that I've gotten for free different times. And then just the staples like flour and butter will be on hand. Baked ziti, my husband requested. This is one that we have the ingredients on hand for too, except for maybe mozzarella cheese I'll have to pick up. This is not one I've ever made before, so if you have a great recipe, share it. If not, I'll just Google it and see what we can find. Meatloaf, that's another one my husband requested. We'll see if we can find a cool day to make that. When I make meatloaf, I usually make 2 and throw it in the freezer so that we have it for another time. I just, right now, do not want my oven on for an hour. So we'll see when we have that. Waffles and sausage, once again, I always keep baking supplies on hand. Sausage is in the freezer, and we'll have that some night. Steak and hot dogs, I picked up some hot dogs, and we have steak in the freezer from our beef. Quesadillas, I picked up some tortillas, and we have some cheese right now. Depending on how late in the month that I make this, we might need to pick up some more cheese. Mush and sausage. Is mush something you've ever had before? Mush is just, you take cornmeal and water and boil it together, throw it in the fridge, and let it cool, and then you slice it and then fry it. I can't say it's my favorite meal, but it is fairly cheap, fairly healthy, and just something different that we have every once in a while. Some kind of egg casserole. My husband doesn't want an egg casserole, but he didn't know what else to write down. Some eggs for supper. We'll see when we get to that point what we have. And then my mom just shared with me a recipe for Salisbury steak meatballs. That is not something I had, but we're gonna try it out maybe this month. So that is what I have on my list for July, and kind of just a breakdown of where the food is gonna be coming from. And so watch my video I have linked below that will show you the grocery trip for this month, and I will be back to the grocery store throughout the month, but hopefully this will be at least enough to get me through. And I'm also gonna link my Instagram below, because hopefully I'll be able to share like little trips on Instagram and not have to do a full video of that on YouTube. So if you're keeping up with our journey, I am on track for $100 for this 2 weeks. I have $9 left in my wallet for tomorrow, but my husband gets paid tomorrow and I will not be going to the grocery store before then. So that'll kick off another $100. So we are on track. And I hope that you guys had a great 4th, and I will see you again soon. Bye.